Hi, welcome back. So, first things first, I got two pieces of book related news. First, Fantastic Creatures has been released on time as expected, and it is currently free on all major retailers in America. United Kingdom, Canada, some of those places are having a hard time getting it free on Amazon, but you can find it on Kobo and Google Play in those countries for free. So go grab a copy. Like I said, 20 plus authors, various fantasy stories, including The Adventures of Zero. Well, Zero. Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's a fun little story. Nothing to do with Dragon Masters or Lost Tales. Just a fun little side story that may turn into a bunch of worlds and a bunch of series. That's yet to be determined. So go read it, enjoy it, post review. If the anthology takes off and does well, you can expect more of those anthologies. The second piece of book news I want to share, as you may remember, it's probably been a year now. I forget how long it's been, but I'll put a link down there. There'll be lots of links down there. Always go down there and check, because there'll always be links. And that's down the description part down there. You simply have to click more to expand it and see it all. There's always going to be links down there. Make sure you check it. So, those of you who've been with me for a while will remember, I think it was a year, maybe a year and a half ago, I reviewed a series called The Mercury Wars. Well, at that time there was only 4 books, and he kind of left us all hanging with a cliffhanger at the end of the 4th book. A little annoyed, I didn't know they were going into it, but that's okay. It was a great series. Well, book 5 is finally coming out December 12th. You should check it out, because the first 4 books are great. If you haven't read the first 4 books yet, go get them. I listened to them all on audio. He had a very excellent narrator produce them. It's a great story. It is not suitable for children, though. Like it's not. Yeah, it's there's quite a bit of foul language and quite a bit of gore and stuff like that in it. Overall, it's a really good military series, military sci-fi. No magic, just. Well, it's faster than light drive. I know some people think faster than light drive is magic, but it's a good military sci-fi story. Check it out. Okay, so that's book-related news. I got some headlines. No rats this week. I was hoping to find a tickling rat story. Didn't find one. But what I do want to talk about is first, because, when we're not tickling rats, we got to come up with other things to study. And one of the things that came up this week is that if you have a Kindle, this is not a Kindle, but pretend, if you have a Kindle like this, and you load it up with ebooks, turns out it actually weighs more. Not enough more that we can actually measure it. 10 to the negative 18th is the amount of grams more. We can only measure 10 to the 9th. But in theory, it does actually weigh more. So if you've been carrying around your Kindle like, wow, I got 5,000 books on this thing, it's really heavy. You may be onto something. Well, you're not, but. So, the reason is the way memory works in computers. What it does is there's this is kind of like a goofy demonstration, but picture 2 poles. That's a 0. Now, drop an electron between those 2 poles. That's a 1. Since that electron is trapped, it weighs more. It gets in kind of complicated physics, but an electron that's trapped weighs more than an electron that's not trapped. So when you trap an electron there to record your book, it gains mass. And since it takes a whole lot of electrons to store a book, you eventually get mass of 10 to the negative 18th grams. So, yeah, your Kindle does weigh more than it's full. And the same people that have done it have also weighed the internet. It weighs 50 grams. About the same weight as a good-sized strawberry. The next time you pick up a strawberry, you can say, I'm holding the whole internet in my hands. Yeah. Good luck with that. All right. This came up, and I just couldn't help but This is good old mental floss reporting again. The title, and I'm not joking, NASA needs your help making it easier to poop in space. So, NASA apparently can't figure out, they can put a robot on Mars, and that robot can be driving for years and years and years on Mars, and we have internet access on Mars because we got that robot relaying to a satellite, relaying back to Earth. We can do all that, but they still haven't figured out how to poop in space. I'm going to hold off on my plans to travel to space until they solve this problem, so we're clear. So if you go out to Mental Floss's site, the link will be down below, you can join the NASA, I'm not making this up, the NASA Space Poop Challenge. Give it this until December the 20th to come up with an idea how to handle pooping in space, and send your idea into NASA. So if you're a poop expert, if you really know your poop, this may be your chance to become famous. So again, that's Mental Floss reporting. So if you want to become famous for being a poop specialist, there's a problem you can solve. Nah, there's too many Uranus jokes in there. I can't go there. This is supposed to be a nice, clean podcast. So, go join the Space Poop Challenge. Alright. This is the article that I really wanted to talk about tonight. The EM drive. You may not have heard of it. It's kind of like a perpetual motion machine. It's one of these things that has been around for a long time that everybody said was completely and totally impossible. It just doesn't work. Let me explain to you how this drive works. You take a vacuum and you seal it up, and then the thing flies to Mars without using any fuel, and in complete and total violation of the laws of all physical understandings that we have. No fuel, and it can make it to Mars in 70 days. Yeah, so pretty much most scientists have said the thing's impossible. It's actually been called the impossible drive many times. But NASA has been looking into this, and NASA has finally released what they call a peer-reviewed paper. NASA thinks it works. And how the basic concept of this drive is you take a vacuum, and inside that vacuum you bounce microwaves around. Same thing you cook your bacon with, okay? Well, I guess if you don't cook bacon the right way. And now, the microwaves are just bouncing around inside there, not using up any energy, and it causes the thing to travel. It shouldn't work. But apparently it does, and it produces more energy than, say, a solar sail. A full order of magnitude better than a solar sail. And it gets down to one of the big problems of science that we have today. And that is there's this level that we've labeled quantum physics that just plain doesn't make sense. And if you're a logical person studying quantum physics, you just say, something's missing here. And this EM drive may be showing us the first clues of what's missing from our quantum theories to have them start to actually make some kind of logical sense. And one theory about why the EM drive may work dates back to 1929. Something called the pilot wave theory, which is essentially, think about it when a particle moves as riding a wave as opposed to being by itself. Way oversimplified. Look up pilot wave theory if you want to find out more, but it may be the reason why the EM drive works. If correct, then we may have stumbled onto a way of extracting work from a vacuum. Remember, vacuum means nothing. So you suck all the air out of stuff and all the particles out, and you have nothing. And we can possibly extract energy to do work from that. And if we can, then the EM drive would be real and works. If we can't, fell, then the EM drive stays in the realm of impossible. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I kind of like the idea because if it's right, it kind of makes quantum physics start to make sense. And I'm really not a big fan of quantum physics right now because it's, as Einstein put it, spooky. That doesn't mean it's not real, to be clear. Doesn't mean I don't think it may actually turn out to be real. It's just it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. And most scientists that study it will tell you the same thing. So, like I said, there's a picture of the EM drive. I'll probably paste something over it again unless it actually comes out clear. I'll have to watch this and find out. Because it'd be really cool to have cars that drive and never need gas. Because they run on the power of emptiness. Think about that. So, that is what I had, I think. Let me look through my list here. Oh! On the same concept, we have finally taken a picture of light. Light acting at the same time as a particle and a wave. This is on Popular Science's website. Here's the picture. That's what light looks like when it's acting as a particle and a wave at the same time. The first time in history we have done this. We know that light sometimes acts like a particle and sometimes acts like a wave. We've not been able to, before this picture, ever see it happen at the same time. So there it is. That's what light looks like, acting as a particle and a wave at the same time. It's pretty cool stuff. I think we'll be getting some cool science out of that, but that's still kind of new. Let me see what it says here when the picture was taken. Let's see. The article is dated March 2nd. So, about a year ago they took that picture. Once again proving one of Einstein's theories. He made the prediction in 1909 that we could do this, and we're just now doing this. Could you imagine if Einstein lived a few more years, what he may have come up with? That was actually a smart guy. So, in review, Fantastic Creatures is out. That's good. It's got, when I looked this morning, it had 7 reviews and was holding at, I think, a 4.5 stars. That's good. I've read 3 of the stories now, but I'm not going to talk about them. You need to read it. So download it, read it, leave a review. It's free, so I don't have to offer you a free copy. Mercury Wars Book 5 is out. It's a real good military space opera. Not military sci-fi book. Not space opera. Don't let him know I called it space opera. He'd be upset. And here's the thing. If you're really a fan of my books, and you're really a fan of his books, you should be able to find in the Dragon Masters, with his permission, I stole one of his lines. Straight out, copy, pasted, boom. It's in Dragon Masters. It's a good Easter egg. Maybe I'll give an award out to the first person who finds it. I don't know. Maybe a free copy of all my audiobooks or something. See if you can find it and write in if you find it. I'd be curious to see if anyone can find it. But it is a literal copy paste. The line was perfect. I couldn't write it any better. So I asked him, he said sure, so I took it. We can take pictures of light now. See? And we have the impossible drive that could take us to Mars in 70 days and not use any fuel. Still sounds impossible to me, but it'd be cool if it works out. And the fact that NASA spent so many years working on it, and now it's releasing peer-reviewed papers on it, kind of sounds cool. So, as I say this, there should be a rocket going up, delivering the new geosynchronous weather satellite to orbit. Supposedly it's a miracle satellite that's going to fix all our weather prediction problems, you know, because sticking your head out the window and looking isn't as good. Work on Mage Hunter's going well. Don't worry, it will be finished at some point. I hope. That 85,000 words now, which makes it, right now, about as long as The Enemy of an Enemy. And I think I'm like halfway through the book. It's, yeah, I'm getting bigger of the books apparently. But that's okay. Just makes your Kindle weigh more, as we learned tonight. So, I'm signing off, and I will get this posted next week. I'm not sure about the video yet. I'm traveling, so it may be on location. Who knows? Maybe I'll convince my baby sister to pop in. And we can interview her or something. I don't know. Drop me a line if you want to see the cover artist who made this cover. Live and in person. If so, maybe I'll talk her into it. You never know. So until next time, as Grandmaster would say, may the real God of creation bless and keep you this day.